Daniel Reed hadn't planned to fall in love again. Love had already taken too much from him. At 36, he was known in the office as the quiet one. Always early. Always last to leave. Never joined after work drinks. Never complained. A dependable employee and an invisible man. What most people didn't know was that every morning started at 5 a.m., packing lunches, tying shoelaces, braiding his daughter Lily's hair with YouTube tutorials playing softly in the background. Lily was 8. Bright-eyed. Too wise for her age. She still asked questions Daniel couldn't answer without his voice cracking. "Daddy, do you think Mom can see me from heaven?" Daniel would smile, nod, and hug her tight, hoping she couldn't feel his heart breaking all over again. His boss, Emma Carter, noticed everything. She noticed how Daniel stayed late to fix mistakes that weren't his. How he never used sick days even when he looked exhausted. How he kept a tiny photo of Lily taped inside his notebook. She noticed, but she never crossed the line. Emma was the kind of woman people described with confidence, sharp suits, steady voice, eyes that missed nothing. But beneath that strength was patience and waiting. That Friday afternoon, during a rare moment of laughter in the break room, someone joked, "Daniel, you ever going to ask the boss out or just keep staring at your shoes?" The room went silent. Daniel laughed it off, but his hands trembled. Another coworker smirked. "Come on. $5 says you won't." Daniel felt heat rush to his face. It wasn't the money. It was the truth buried under years of fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of messing up his job. Fear of letting someone close only to lose them again. But that evening, Lily tugged his sleeve as he tucked her into bed. "Daddy," she whispered, "you're always tired, but you smile when you talk about Ms. Emma." That was the moment. The next morning, Daniel stood outside Emma's office, heart pounding louder than the printer down the hall. His co-workers watched from a distance, half amused, half curious. He knocked. "Come in," Emma said. He stepped inside, palms sweating, words stuck in his throat. And then, he finally spoke. "Emma. I know this is unprofessional," Daniel said, staring at the floor, "but I wanted to ask if you'd maybe like to have dinner sometime. If not, I understand. I just needed to stop being afraid." For a second, the room was silent. Emma stood up slowly. Daniel braced himself for rejection. Or worse, embarrassment. Instead, she smiled. Not a polite smile. A real one. Soft. Relieved. "I'm tired of waiting," she said gently. "What took you so long?" Daniel looked up, stunned. She continued, voice steady but eyes shining. "I didn't want to pressure you. I saw how much you were carrying. Your daughter. Your past. I wanted you to come to me when you were ready." He exhaled for what felt like the first time in years. Their first dinner wasn't fancy. A small cafe. Nervous laughter. Shared stories. Emma listened, not just to his words, but to his silences. And Daniel realized something terrifying and beautiful at the same time. He felt safe. Weeks turned into months. Emma met Lily, not as a boss, not as a replacement, but as someone who knelt to Lily's level and asked about her drawings and her dreams. Lily approved instantly. One night, after Lily fell asleep on the couch between them, Emma whispered, "You didn't just ask me out. You trusted me with your world." Daniel squeezed her hand. "I thought I was weak for waiting so long." Emma shook her head. "No. You were brave for surviving."